Community Spotlight, powered by ATB Wealth Kelowna. Ready to take a powerful step towards the future you want today? Connect with local advisors at ATB Wealth Kelowna to get started.
And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to ATB Wealth Community Spotlight. Excited today to be joined by Matt or Matthew. You said I could do either one link from Inland Luxury Sauna. Matt, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me on, Rob.
Yeah, excited about this. So we're going to chat about the luxury sauna business, and I'm super fascinated by it and love your guys' product. I was going around the website, but I'm curious if we take a little step back. I always like to learn a little bit about you and your background. So what were you doing before you got into the sauna business? Like, what was your background?
So the sauna business actually goes back quite a few years to about 8 years ago when I purchased my first sauna.
Okay.
So I was a golf pro in a previous life.
Yeah.
And with that, doing the golf pro thing, playing lots of tournaments. I was also running some ultra marathons at the time.
Okay.
So recovery for the body was super, super important to me. Sauna, I don't know if you're aware, Rob, you probably are. It's an amazing tool for mind, body, and soul. Okay. Full recovery.
Interesting.
So I bought my first sauna, and I found myself, after about 5 years, still using it every single day. Not every single day, 3-5 days a week, but I had that consistency there.
Yeah, okay.
Lots of friends and family, they bought hot tubs over the years.
Yeah.
After that first year or two, they don't use them anymore.
They don't use it, yeah.
So, I sat down with my now business partner, and I said, I see a real opportunity here. I'm still addicted to the sauna because of how good it makes me feel.
Right.
We should look into this. So, 8 years from the time I bought my first sauna, we've now got this sauna brand.
Interesting. So from not to dive into medical side, but like you're talking about recovery, like what does a sauna do? Like how does it help the recovery side of it?
So we don't even have enough time today to go through all the health benefits that come from the sauna.
That's a different show.
The most notable benefits that you're going to hear about are number one, the detoxification benefits that come. So when you're in the sauna, it's sometimes up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit in there, 100 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
You're sweating a ton when you're in that environment.
Right.
So the detoxification benefits are amazing. There's also a lot that comes from the sauna session that's really good for your heart. So they've actually done some long-term studies in Finland over the course of about 20 years.
Right.
They found that by using the sauna, I believe it was 4 to 7 days per week, you're going to be about 50% less likely to die from a heart attack.
Interesting.
So just overall, the
holistically.
all-encompassing health benefits are just fantastic.
Yeah, because you don't have to be an athlete, you're saying, right? There's a health benefit, just, hey, long day at work and...
Totally.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. So I'm curious, so you were a golf pro, you were athlete, you're using the sauna. When did it come the day where you're like, I'm going to start a business and sell saunas? Like, how did that come together?
So it's actually a beautiful story. So my business partner, Timon, he's the gentleman that actually builds our custom saunas.
Interesting. Okay.
So he's a longtime family friend, and he comes from a family, he's a third generation Swiss fine wood crafter. So his family, they're very gifted at making fine furniture, cabinets, and saunas.
Yeah, okay.
So we sat down and we knew with his skill set that we could create something beautiful together.
Right.
So we started putting some sauna designs together, and we started to put a plan together for the company. But truly, when I say he's an artist, when it comes to woodworking, that's not an understatement.
And is he in Calgary? Or where's the connection there? Is he in Calgary?
So he moved to the Okanagan with me to start this company.
Interesting.
So he put a lot of faith in me, but we're having lots of fun together.
Love it. So you mentioned the word custom. Are all your saunas custom built, or do you have sort of the pre-done ones as well, for lack of a better word?
That's a great question. So it's anything from DIY kits that we work with a manufacturer to import those from Europe.
Okay.
But we also have a team here in Kelowna and Calgary that do really high-end custom work for the sauna. So a little bit of both.
Okay, cool. So you launched the business. How long have we been in business for?
Just under 2 years now.
Okay, and there's a location in Kelowna and Calgary?
Absolutely, yeah. Teams in Kelowna and Calgary, and we're slowly and sustainably expanding as we go here.
Love it. So tell us a little bit about your actual product, like the sauna itself. Like we're chatting before you jumped in there. I believe you said they're European made. Is that right? Did I have there?
Yes.
Okay. So talk a little bit about the actual product and how do you source this information source the products and so forth.
So again, when we started this company, we met with probably a dozen different manufacturers.
Right.
And with each manufacturer that we worked with, quality was the biggest thing that we're looking for.
Right.
Because when you think about a sauna, it's a big investment, and they are made to last the test of time. So when you purchase a sauna, you're going to have it in your home for, call it 20 or 30 years.
Right.
You don't want to cut corners. You want to invest in quality. So what sets us apart is the manufacturer we work with in Europe.
Yeah.
They put their wood through a special type of process, that produces something called thermowood. Thermowood, I won't get into the details too much, but it's a very special steam treatment that it goes through that allows this wood to have a very low moisture content.
Okay.
So we're left with a commodity that does not rot over time. It's very unlikely to warp or shrink. They actually have a 25-year rot-free guarantee on this wood, which is very different from like a standard cedar that we find here in BC.
Very interesting. And when I was on the site, maybe Rama, you can bring up the website, but when we were on the site, like these things are like amazing the way they look. Like the look and feel of these, like they're not. I jokingly say they're not like your dad's sauna here. Like these things are pretty high end. Like
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just grateful to be working with the manufacturer that we are because they have built these products with the customer in mind. So they don't cut corners. They don't skip the finer details.
No. Interesting. And we'll get RJ, maybe you can bring up the website just to show sort of what these things look like. I think people really have to see, if you scroll down, like you can see sort of I think there's a section there that shows the different, and those aren't probably all, those are just, there's a video, which is cool to show.
Yeah, so this is a custom build that we did right here in Kelowna.
Okay.
It took us about 3 weeks to complete. Our builder team he poured so much love and care into the design. And we just couldn't be happier with the
that's
result.
an outdoor, it looks like. That's outdoors, right?
This is fully outdoors,
okay.
Yeah. So the wood inside, it was imported from Estonia. It's thermally modified aspen wood. We don't like to look at these as just saunas. They're kind of art pieces.
Yeah. Well, and can you put these, so I guess they're both inside and outside, like because you can have these built into your house, for lack of a better word, as well.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the majority of the DIY kits, the modular ones that we bring in from Europe, those are designed for outdoors. But we've had people put them in a garage or a shop because they like the look of the design.
Yeah, I know they're definitely an art piece. They really are. And then you guys, if I'm buying from you, start to finish, you're coming, you can set them up, make sure they're working, support them, whatever.
Absolutely.
What's the upkeep on a sauna, like from a homeowner? Like we talked about hot tubs, you got to put your chemicals, you got to do all this, like what's the upkeep on a sauna?
So we were chatting offline just before this. And you mentioned that you were just picking up chemicals.
Yeah.
So we talked to so many customers where they actually get rid of their hot tub. They've already purchased one and they get rid of that to replace it with a sauna, because the sauna has 95% less maintenance.
Interesting.
So with the hot tub, you're thinking about chemicals, filling and emptying the water. You got all these things that go into it. With a sauna, a little bit of maintenance once per year. After your session, give the benches a little wipe. There's effectively no maintenance, which is part of the beauty of the product.
Interesting. I love that. So when I'm curious on the custom side, like is it when you guys are saying you'll build it to fit any size, structure, area? Is that the idea? You'll just come in and you'll design what needs to be fit into the space?
Absolutely. So we can take anything from like a 4-foot by 3-foot pantry that you're just using for storage anyways.
Yeah.
We will transform that into a sauna that's going to bring you relaxation for years to come.
Interesting. Yeah, and I was curious, we're talking about before is like if there's a commercial space, we're starting to see more of these sort of, I'll call them health spas that are coming up, like cold plunges we're talking about. Are you guys getting into that side of it as well? Because I thought it'd be really cool to have it on a golf course. I thought these on a golf course would be really cool.
Such a great idea. So we are relatively new to the commercial side, but there's so much going on right now. So many of these pop-up businesses that want to do the brick and mortar sauna cold plunge, and when they build the sauna, they want to work with experts. So more and more of those groups have been coming to us.
Interesting. And you guys can supply. I know we said that you've got locations in Kelowna and Calgary, but I guess you can supply anywhere. Like when we say Kelowna, I mean you're covering the whole Thompson Okanagan. It doesn't matter if you're in Kamloops or Shuswap, you can go do it.
And on that note, we mainly just service Alberta and British Columbia, but we've sold these saunas as far as Nova Scotia, so we do ship Canada-wide. And
do you guys have? Is this a sort of an exclusive brand that you guys carry for yourselves or not, or is it?
So we are the Western Canadian dealer for Thermarie saunas.
Okay,
you betcha.
And that's where now, because I think is there two different sides. There's the structure, but then there's the mechanism, for lack of a better word, that runs like the heat and so forth. Those are they all same? Are they two separate brands that you work within, or the same thing?
That's a great question. So we actually, on the sauna side, we tend to just work with the same manufacturer.
Okay.
But from a heater perspective, which is what gives us the heat and steam inside, runs the sauna, like you mentioned. We work with a handful of different brands. I'll highlight two of our favorites.
Okay.
So Homecraft Saunas, they're right here in Western Canada.
Very cool.
They've been producing sauna heaters right here for about 30 years. The other brand that we love to work with, they're called Whom. They manufacture out of Estonia as well. Okay. And they, again, Estonia, Finland, Latvia, those countries, that's where sauna originated.
Right.
So when you're getting the heater from there, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. And it's going to last too, right?
For sure.
Because you're saying like these are built to last. Like this, you're not buying this and then 3 years from now you're replacing a whole new sauna. Like these things. They stay with the house.
Absolutely. And I mean, I mentioned before that we met with a lot of different manufacturers. There are cheaper saunas on the market, that's for sure. But we refuse to invest in anything but the best quality that you can find. And for that reason, they have that 25-year guarantee.
Right. Well, and I did see that you can also do like financing options. Like if you want, because and I don't know what it looks like they're from like 8,000-9,000 up or whatever, right? So it's it's an investment, but compared, like you said, to a hot tub, they're pretty comparable.
Very comparable. Absolutely.
But you also have a financing option if you're like, hey, like I'd love to get one, but.
Yeah, we're so lucky to work with PayPlan by RBC. So they have excellent financing options for our customers because, yes, it's a big ticket item, but when it's going to last as long as it will, a lot of people don't mind paying for it over 3-4 years.
Well, and there's the health benefit. I think that's which maybe I never thought about before is like the actual health benefits. Like I said, you came at it from you actually saw the benefit.
For sure.
And being an athlete and seeing the recovery of it, but also. I don't know. You don't have to be an athlete. Like I said, you had a long day, you're busy, and it'll help you. And how long do you typically recommend? Like how long people going into saunas for?
So, I mean, it depends on your comfort level.
Right.
It depends on the temperature of the sauna. Because, I mean, when you're new and you're starting out, you might only want to set the sauna to 160 Fahrenheit.
Right.
But on the higher end, the heaters that we bring in from Europe, they'll hit 230 Fahrenheit. So it's almost like an oven in there.
You can get toasty.
At the higher temperatures, I'm only in there for 10 or 15 minutes at the most,
Are you still in every day?
Just about every day, absolutely.
Interesting.
It's part of my evening ritual. So that's another great thing about sauna. If you struggle to sleep, get in the sauna.
Interesting.
It's paradoxical.
Right.
You think you want to cool the body before bed. You don't want to heat it up because we can never sleep when we're too hot.
Right.
But with that, it's, like I said, paradoxical. When we get in the hot environment of the sauna, our body's like, what's going on? I got to cool myself off right away.
Oh, interesting.
So you almost trick the mechanism, get out of the sauna, and your body is still cooling itself off before bed.
Interesting.
So for that reason, you're going to sleep like a baby.
Who would have thought? Yeah. So is there any I want to say misconceptions, maybe not the word, but is there things that people maybe never thought about saunas, the health benefits, or anything that we want to maybe tackle today? Is there anything we want to let the audience know? Like, hey, have you ever thought of this when you're thinking of a sauna?
I think this is a great thing to touch on because so many of the conversations we have, so sauna is so new to North America. It's been in Europe for thousands of years.
Right.
But so many of the people we talk to, when we say sauna, they're thinking steam room.
Right.
Or they're thinking infrared sauna.
Right.
So what we specialize in is traditional European sauna.
Got it.
You've got the hot rocks in the middle. You pour water on them. You get the nice steam in the air. So just that simple differentiation between a steam room, traditional sauna, and infrared.
Got it.
Is
Okay.
huge.
Okay. Interesting. And your product line is all more of the traditional, like you do the traditional sauna style. If they want an infrared sauna, you're not the ones to deliver it.
We certainly offer infrared
Okay,
on the
okay.
custom side because we have a lot of customers
Sure.
that want that.
Sure.
But our core focus is on the traditional side.
Love it. And how long does it take? Like, so today I want a sauna, I'm going to buy it. How long before it's installed in my home?
So it depends whether we're going modular built or
Okay.
custom built.
Okay.
And it depends on the size of the project. Our
Okay.
most common project, which is like, call it a 5x7 room.
Right.
Somebody wants to put a sauna inside their home. From start to finish, we can have that done in about 5 to 7 working days.
Oh, wow. So quick. So you actually have product here then? You're not like waiting for a shipment to come in from
Absolutely.
overseas.
So
Okay.
for the ones that we bring in from Europe, we keep a full
Got it.
stock out in the east,
Okay.
just for
Yeah.
easier
Logistics.
logistics throughout
yeah,
Canada.
yeah.
But then we do keep stockpiled wood here for the custom projects,
Got it.
because that's actually the bulk of the work that we do is on the custom.
It's custom stuff. Eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting because I would see that because I think like even that video we showed like that, like I said, it's outside. It's like an art piece almost in there. It would look amazing in the backyard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. So if people are interested and they want to learn more, or they have questions, what's the best way for them to connect with you? Is it through social, website? What's the best way for them to find out more information?
So we're super active on social media.
Okay.
You can find us at Inland Luxury Sauna on all platforms.
Okay.
Definitely check us out online. It's inlandsauna.com. But we're so grateful to do what we do.
Yeah.
We love the Okanagan, and we love helping more Canadians get into sauna for themselves.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, thank you for coming in, Matthew. It was really cool. I loved your products. Like I said, clicking around the website. I would encourage everyone, just go have a look on the website because you'll probably be surprised on what these things look like because they really are like, so if you can scroll a little bit actually down to the very bottom almost, or just, right there. Like you can kind of see these things are like art pieces. Like they're pretty spectacular in what they look like. And these are just a glimpse of what is, so what we're looking at is more of the module that you have, the more areas they have.
Exactly.
Which is really cool.
Well, and thank you for your time today,
Yeah,
Rob.
no
This
problem.
was really special.
Yeah, it was great. I'm glad you can come in. And we encourage you guys, again, check them out on the website, inlandsauna.com. And you can reach out. You can follow them on all the social channels. And again, a big shout out to ATB Wealth for sponsoring this, allowing us to do these spotlights on businesses in our community as well. So thank you for tuning in. Matthew, again, thank you for coming, and I encourage everyone to check it out, and we'll see you next time.
Community Spotlight, powered by ATB Wealth Kelowna. Ready to take a powerful step towards the future you want today? Connect with local advisors at ATB Wealth Kelowna to get started.